Okay, I'm back. We got interrupted by a child abduction. And it stopped recording me, which is fine because it gave me a chance to stop and say a little prayer about that there's so much evil going on right now. And I know there's always been evil, but it seems like it's... You can't say it's not more intense. You can't. It's... People will make excuses and say, oh, it's just because the information's more in our hands and more at our fingertips. And it's like... I think it's more than that. I do. I think it's more than that. I hate to say it. Okay, so we were on, yet I hold this against you. Revelations 2, we're on verse 4. Verse 4. Yet I hold this against you. Wah, wah, wah. I did that. I love doing that. You have forsaken the love you had first. Consider how far you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place. But you have this in your favor. You hate the practices of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. And I think I was talking about how I'm not doing this on my own. This whole reading the Bible, this whole witnessing and testifying. He saved my life. He grabbed a hold of me. It would be more like me to be wringing my hands and worrying about day-to-day living and what my kids are or aren't doing, or where my next paycheck's coming from, or what songs I should or shouldn't do. And I'm not living there anymore. So I was thinking too that it's occurred to me that why would I do this? Because I do this at my senior living places too. And I don't do it in an effort to convert anybody. That's not my job. The only thing I want to do is shine His light. That's one thing I know I can do. I can shine God's light. I can be a happy spot in someone's day and have them wonder why I'm shining the way I do. And then I can testify and say it's because it's the Lord. It's the Lord. There's so much to be distraught over right now. Not going to convert anybody. I might plant a seed, and if I could be this little thing that might reignite a fire in somebody, to reignite that. There's falling away where people who loved Christ fall away. It's in the Bible. He says it's going to happen. And then they forsake the first love they had, which is Christ. And consider how far you've fallen. I want to be an inspiration for people to want to turn back to God. If I can do that for Him, I want Him not to say, well done, good and faithful servant, which is in the Bible. I want Him to say, Michelle, you were a blessing to me. You were a blessing to me. How powerful and wonderful would that be? So that's all I want. Let's do this real quick. We're in Revelations 2. We went 1 through 6. Let's read the Bible study. Does God care about your church? If you are tempted to doubt this, look closely at these 7 letters. The Lord of the universe knew each of these churches and its precise situation. In these letters, Jesus told John to write about specific people, places, and events. He praised believers for their successes and told them how to correct their failures. Just as Jesus cared for each of those churches, He cares for yours. He wants it to reach its greatest potential. Encourage your fellow believers to serve as God's chosen people for change in the world. Take this responsibility seriously because God does. I'm taking it pretty serious. I know there's people out there raising an eyebrow at me or wondering what the heck I'm doing. I don't care. I don't answer to any of them. I answer to the Lord. 2:1. Ephesus was the capital of Asia Minor, a center of land and sea trade, and along with Alexandria and Antioch in Syria, one of the 3 most influential cities in the eastern part of the Roman Empire. The temple to Artemis, and one of the ancient wonders of the world, was located in this city, and a major industry was the manufacture of images of this goddess. Paul ministered in Ephesus for 3 years and warned the Ephesians, that false teachers would come and try to draw people away from the faith. False teachers had indeed caused problems in the Ephesian church, but the church had resisted them, and as we can see from Paul's letter to them, John spent much of his ministry in this city and knew that they had resisted false teachings. Bible study 2:1. The one who walks among the 7 golden lampstands, he holds the 7 stars in his right hand, messengers of the churches, indicating his power and authority over the churches and their leaders. Ephesus had become a large, proud church, and Jesus' message would remind them that he alone is the head of the body of believers. Christ commended the church in Ephesus for 1, working hard, 2, persevering, 3, not tolerating evil people, 4, critically examining the claims of false prophets, and 5, enduring hardships without becoming weary. Every church should have these characteristics. These good efforts should spring from our love for Jesus Christ. Both Jesus and John stressed love for one another as an authentic proof of the gospel. In the battle to maintain